Hey guys, welcome to Black Hollywood Live's Black Girl Magic. I'm your host, Ashley Bowden, and on Black Girl Magic, we celebrate and highlight trailblazing women of color. Stay tuned.
You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
Hey. Well, Hey. Whoa. Black Girl Magic. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Ashley Bowden, and I am so blessed to be hanging out here in studio with my co-host, Lauren Ashley Beck. Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all. How you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. So excited to be here.
Yeah, so excited to chat about Black Girl Magic. Yes. We're so blessed to be in studio as well with our guest for tonight. We'll be chatting with actress Kwalima. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. You guys have seen Kwalima on shows like Scandal, Criminal Minds, Grey's Anatomy, and more. So, again, thank you for coming, and I can't wait to chat about all of your Black Girl Magic because you are glowing.
She is sprinkling it everywhere.
Yes. How are you guys doing today? Good. Lauren?
I'm doing great. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm black. I'm alive. I'm ready to go.
Yes. It's obviously Oscar night.
Yes. It is. Yes.
Magical night.
Huge night.
Have you guys been checking in on the winners
and
the nominees?
Kwalima has a little news for us over there.
The magnificent Regina King has won for Best Supporting.
Her first Oscar.
Yes. That's a big deal.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
For If Bill Street Could Talk, so that is an amazing win.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So well deserved.
And we can't wait for you to get yours.
Yes, girl.
Honey, it's coming.
Put it out there.
In the atmosphere.
Yes.
It's coming. Yes, we are February going into March? Yes. We got some work to do.
2020.
For sure.
2020. We'll claim it.
Yes.
All right, and we'll also be getting some practical career tips from you on, what's important to you, what you plan on doing, what are your steps to success, etc. So I can't wait to chat with you about that. Definitely. And in our Magical Minute segment, we'll be highlighting the newest face and driving force in the California African American Museum world, and we'll be chatting a little bit about the Essence recent award show that they had. Yes. So we talk about the winners there. So excited. But let's talk to you, Kwalima. How did you get your start in acting? How did this come about?
Well, okay, so let's see. I first of all, I'm a believer. I'm a Christian, and growing up, my mom always had me involved in like dance and the school plays and things like that.
Sure.
And it's funny. I remember my very first school play. By the way, I'm from Oakland. My very
Bay.
Yay.
Hello.
My very first school play. It was traumatizing.
Whoa.
I was like a chubby little girl, right? And I mean, I wasn't really I don't even think I had a passion for acting. It was just a requirement for school.
Right.
I was cast as a pig.
Oh no.
And I literally remember like black audience, you can't see the stage, lights, everything. And I had on a pig nose, right? And I think I came on stage, and I don't even think I had lines. In fact, I don't even remember what play it was.
Right.
But I was cast as a pig, and I was like, why did I have to be the pig? Like, what is
That's
this?
wrong. That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
But fast forward some years, and I'm attending church, and we put on a production called Choose Your Sins, But Not Your Consequences. And the play was about a woman who had contracted AIDS, HIV/AIDS from her partner. And I was like, wow, theater, acting, storytelling is useful. It can actually educate and influence the masses. And I think that's when I thought, I actually like this.
Right.
I like what this can do, So that's when I think I sparked, the passion for me sparked. And yet and still, I didn't know, I want to be an actress. So I I continued on in my education, and I wanted to be a psychology major. I had applied to different schools, and something happened with my housing, and I didn't go forward in that study. And so I stayed home in Oakland, and I went to JC, Junior College, Merritt and Laney Junior College. And at Laney Junior College, I started taking acting classes with a theater company there that was in its beginning phases called Fusion Theater Company.
Wow.
And that's really when it hit me, like, wow, this is what I want to do. We did a play, I can't think of the name exactly. Anyway, it was, again, very influential. It was a true story about a young woman who had lost her life in Oakland. Gosh, I feel so horrible not being able to remember. Anyway, that's when it really sparked for me. And I knew right then and there that it's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to tell stories. I wanted to influence people in storytelling. And so that's when I decided to take on the study and really understand what theater is. And so I went to UCSB, their theater program there, did my thing on stage, main stage, all the requirements. It was a conservatory type of program.
Right. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it was a conservatory type of program, very diverse. It was a wonderful experience for me coming from Oakland, moving to Santa Barbara on my own, honing in this desire to be an artist. It was really, really, really good for me.
Wow. So storytelling seems to be
storytelling
the inspiration.
And yes.
What stories do you think you want to tell moving forward?
So, I can name a million. But right now, where I am in my career, I really want to tell stories that girls like me can identify with. That's why it's so amazing that Regina King won her first Oscar. I want to tell stories that inspire young women, whether if it's romantic or funny or tragic. I want to tell like rich true stories of women and men who are diverse and who kind of make it up and out.
As a woman of color, do you feel like there are enough roles out there like that?
Up until now, no.
Okay.
But we are coming.
We are coming.
We are coming.
Absolutely.
We are coming.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, again, whether it's through comedy or romance or I feel like there's definitely more representation than there was, a few years ago.
Now, do you feel like, because you're a theater and television actress, do you feel like there's a different standard for women of color in each space, in the theatrical world and then in the movie and TV world?
To be honest with you, I haven't explored theater here.
Okay.
And in my professional pursuit.
Okay.
I've only explored television and film thus far. But I feel as though the platform is, definitely open.
Absolutely.
In both television and film and theater. And as far as the representation, I would say yes, because I've gone to see some brilliant plays. Yeah.
I was going to say we have a lot of those. We have the Don B. Welch plays. We have the Tyler Perry plays.
Yes.
So we definitely, as people of color, have locked in on that genre. So I love that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we're speaking of representation, it definitely matters in all industries, I would say, but I feel like it's especially important for young Black girls and young girls of color, period, to have somebody to look up to. So who did you look up to? Who was that model for you?
As far as a television and movie, I would say, to be honest, it was Jada Pinkett.
Ooh, yes.
It was Queen Latifah. It was Regina King, Regina Hall. So many. Taraji.
Right.
All of those actresses, I feel, I looked up to them because I knew a little bit of their story.
Right.
I knew, for example, Taraji, she was a single mother pushing. Like, that inspires me to this day.
Right.
That she's made it to where she is
She has,
now.
yeah.
Yes. And then you have, Cleo and what is it?
Set it off. Yeah.
You know, like I had a cousin like that. You know what I mean? That's representation. When you have women who represent these characters, represent these like real life people who, you know, you see in your life, in your daily life. Yeah.
Who was that for you, Ashley, growing up?
Ooh, great question, Lauren. I would say I really looked up to Sean Robinson.
Okay.
I looked up to, this is going to sound so crazy, Beyonce.
Yes, that doesn't sound crazy.
The queen. Well, no, because she's just, you know, in another industry than journalism.
Listen, when I watched an interview with Beyonce, and she said her father used to make them run like miles and sing.
And sing.
I've seen
That's
that
enough
interview.
inspiration for me.
With her, for me, it was always that drive in her work ethic. Like, okay, just if Beyonce can do it, you can do it. Whatever that it might be, right? So that those kind of women have always been people that I look up to. But I have to ask you, Miss Lauren Ashley Beck, who has been that woman for you?
When I think about it, I mean, as a journalist, of course, Oprah.
Right.
There's so many, but I really, when I was asking you the question, Brandy Norwood,
singer?
because
Okay.
I wanted to be an actress. She did Moesha. She was a singer. She was just everything that I wanted to be.
Absolutely,
you know.
absolutely.
And we didn't have a lot of that
We
when we were
didn't.
growing up.
We
She was
didn't.
really like
She was
the
it.
only one. Yeah.
was
So yeah, definitely Brandy.
She's still thriving.
She's still thriving.
And she's so dope. She's so dope.
She's
I
so
love the
good.
character she is portraying in Empire.
Yes.
Oh,
God,
yes.
so good.
Yeah. All right. So, and I couldn't help but bring up your beautiful braids. You brought up Brandy. So,
Yes, I'm rocking my braids.
yes, they're so wonderful. All right. So, what are some of or how do you reach back to others? Let me ask you that. How do you reach back and touch the younger generation, just like maybe Taraji has done for you, and you don't, you know, she may not know it, but, you know, how do you
She know now.
Hey, Taraji. How do you make sure you're reaching back to the younger generation to keep them inspired and motivated?
So, you know, being an example is a heavy torch to carry. And I mean, I haven't always been in the mind space that I am in now. You know, we all have our past, but first of all, going to college was like totally important. You know, for me, coming from where I come from, and graduating from college. So I have two younger nieces. My brother has two girls, and 13. One will be 13. One turned 11 in January, and I know that they watch me, whether or not they want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
So everything that I do, I want to make sure that they have an idea of what my reality is. And that I'm not just out here, you know, going to happy hour and meeting people. That this Hollywood, although I'm in pursuit of my acting career, it's not Hollywood. That it takes a lot of hard work, focus, sacrifice, and determination. I also am a self-love advocate. Again, coming from where I come from.
What does that mean? What does a self-love advocate
Love
mean?
yourself.
Hey, yes.
Love yourself. Everything about yourself, the good and the bad. I don't care what struggles, what downfalls, whatever it is. Love yourself
Through that.
and love yourself through that. But self-love is so much of a process. It's a process, and it takes a lot of endurance to love yourself and becoming yourself, you know, because every phase of life is different. So you asked me, how do I give back? I actually have a mentorship program.
Oh, that's
where,
awesome.
Yes, where I go to certain detentional facilities, and I put on self-love, self-development workshops through like poetry, you know, writing. You know, we'll read like Maya Angelou, you know, phenomenal woman, what does that mean? What do those words mean? How do they make you feel?
That.
How do they make you feel through, being where you are now and having the upbringing that you've had, having the traumas that you've had? How do those words, being a phenomenal woman, loving yourself, all of those things actually mean? Because we can talk about being a self-love advocate and what it means to me, but it's a different process for everybody, and it's really in the work,
right?
That one learns to love themselves.
What are some of the practical things? I'm such a practical application person. So what are some of the practical things that people can do to show themselves self-love?
Self-love. First of all, every morning you get up, whether you want to get up or not, you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Practicing gratitude for just being, for existing, for having a heartbeat. I don't care if you're behind bars or, wherever you are, just practicing that gratitude for your own heartbeat, your own breath, your own existence. Eating healthy, working out, moving. There are so many days that I don't want to do anything and that I question everything that I'm doing, but I got to keep going. Got to keep going. Surrounding yourself with positive people, and I would say the most important practical advice would be decide who you want to be. Decide who you want to be and what you want out of your life, out of your heartbeat, out of your existence. Because when you decide who you want to be and what you want to do, then you have more intention and more focus. And you're less distracted by everything else that's going on. You're less distracted by the ups and the downs or the people who might project a certain level of life or image. Those comparisons that we see, life is so full of imagery and social media and everything. And it looks like everybody is living their best life. And that nobody really struggles sometimes.
Right.
But that is the most practical example I can give, is to have intention. First of all, find a passion, whatever it is. It can be collecting rocks, whatever. if that's your passion, whatever.
Right.
Develop your identity,
right,
and stand on it, so you're not so distracted by everything that's going on, and that you have intention as you grow and evolve into yourself.
I think that's really great that you say that. Set intention and have everyone that's on your path in alignment with what your path is, because if you don't, that outside noise is crazy. And like
loud.
You said, it's so loud and we can't escape it. And I just think that, especially as Black women, it's hard for us not to be like, oh, well, she's doing this, she's doing that. How do we get away from that? And I think when you're in your purpose and you're in your passion, you're in your intent, all of that outside noise isn't there, and we can come from more of a place of like support.
Yes.
Than looking at each other like, oh, why does she have this and I don't have this?
It's easier said than done, especially, for example, if you have a young girl that comes from the trenches, that comes from the hood, and her surroundings is get money, selling drugs, selling yourself, whatever. That is her upbringing. It's to get money, not education, not self-love, not healthcare, none of that. That is a reality for some people. So again, how do you surround yourself with positive people when you're in that environment?
Right.
Again, I don't care what it is. Develop what you like. Be fearless in what you like, and pay attention to what makes you spark. When whatever it is, I don't care whatever it is, pay attention to what fuels you, what excites you. That's what a passion is. Right. And that's when you can start developing yourself and your likes and your intentions and all of that.
Right. Yeah. I listen to a lot of motivational videos, and they talk about having that, almost like just having that personal mission statement, and everything else kind of builds upon that. But just staying focused always on that personal mission statement. And like you were saying, Lauren, just having people around you that complement that and that makes sense for the life path that you want for yourself. So I love that. Definitely. So what are some of your success principles? Like, what do you live by as far as success? Like, what has to be done for Kwalima to be successful?
Intention. you know.
So that transcends from self-love into your professional pursuit.
Oh my God, all of it, all of what I believe in transcends and flows into one another. But again, having intention in what it is that I want to do, and identifying the purpose within what it is that I want to do, because otherwise it's pointless, right? And if I'm not, if I can't identify the purpose and what it is that I dream to become, then where is the success? Ooh. There is no success. Then it's like, you're like floating around.
Yeah, you're just kind of existing.
That's when the comparisons come in, and that's when everybody else's success
looks so much better.
Glamorous,
absolutely.
Or so much better than what it is that I have identified. And so it's important to identify from the gate, from day one. Just identify, because that's when you can develop and identify your own definitions of success. Okay. So for me, it's really just, it's a constant process of being sure about, okay, why am I doing this? What am I doing? Yes, the award. Oh gosh, do I want to win an Academy Award? Yes. Absolutely. Do I want to work with some of the women that I named earlier? Absolutely. But it's also success for me, is knowing that my journey is transparent enough to encourage a little girl like myself. Yeah, that's success. That is success. Will I buy my mom a house? Absolutely.
Right.
Do I plan on making sure that my nieces go for absolutely nothing when they are able to identify what it is that they want to do with themselves? Absolutely. That's success. But it's more so leaving behind a message of love, self-love, and hope.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So in our career crunch segment that we have that I brought up earlier, we do want you to share with us some of your success tips. And I feel like you've already done that. Are there any others that you want to share? Just any solid tips that you have for people?
Yeah, we've kind of all touched them.
Okay.
From surrounding yourself.
What about
with,
as an actress auditioning? You're in LA. You're going up against these same parts all the time, constantly getting no's. What do you do to help keep yourself motivated?
Yeah. During those discouraging times.
Go. I keep going. I keep going. I'm in class, or I'm studying, or I'm very much so faith-based. That's where my strength comes from. But the no's, man, I listen to other artists. The no's, it's a part of the journey. I get better each time.
Right.
Each audition, each time I look at each opportunity like a step closer. I look at each opportunity, whether I book the job or not, like a part of the design that God, if you will, is orchestrating. You know that the whole connect the dots, 1 + 1, and then you draw, and 2, and then 2 + 2 4, and then you got this picture. That's literally sometimes how I have to look at my journey, because sometimes I have absolutely no idea. Sometimes I can have, I set my goals, I write it down, I'm in this zone of manifesting,
Yeah.
and, I feel like I'm in line with everything, and I ain't booked nothing.
Yeah.
And I haven't done anything.
Right.
And I'm not at the Oscars yet.
Yes.
But it's a journey. I know amazing people, and amazing people know me. And that's what keeps me encouraged, knowing that it's about the work, knowing that there's purpose within my work. And in fact, I don't even want it overnight.
Because it's really about the journey.
I don't want it overnight. Now, if you had asked me this maybe 5 years ago, do I want it to happen like that? Absolutely. But right now, in my process and where I am in my career, I haven't done like huge things.
Right.
But I'm very grateful for the direction that I'm headed in and the character that I've been able to develop within myself. Because I was listening to Sarah Jakes, and she was like, you know what, sometimes God not gonna put you in the room, because when you go in the room, you in the room. And when you go in the room and you drink that Kool-Aid, don't get to tripping and don't change. So I'm actually really humble and excited for what's to come, because I know it's nothing but great things. But you know, practical advice with all the no's and the projections and the imagery that's projected. You got to keep going. You have to believe in who you are, respect who you are, and develop.
Right.
Develop. Nothing worth having for life comes easy. I know it sounds so cliche.
No,
but
it's spoken like a true artist.
It's real.
It's the truth.
Like,
It's the truth.
real.
Absolutely.
You know? So
Awesome. So let me ask you this one last question.
Yes.
What does Black Girl Magic mean to you?
what you see here,
Oh.
this is Black Girl Magic. Having a transparent conversation. You know, being true to who I am. Cutting off my hair after trying to figure out what look they want in auditions.
Preach it.
Or this part down the middle or that part on the side.
Or
Don't
the
get me
kinky
wrong, I
curly.
love hair. I
Yes,
love hair. I've been
yes.
trying to think, what am I going to do with this because it's growing out. But that Black Girl Magic is celebrating every up, every down, every twist, every turn, every phase of my existence, of our existence,
Right.
and also giving back, reaching back, and being an example, being a real, tangible, being a real example, not this fabricated, glorified, my cheekbones are perfect, my hair is perfect, my body is perfect. No, celebrating who we are at every phase, and not forgetting, where we come from, and not forgetting that there are young girls and young boys who still need representation, still need to look up to something real, Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Black Girl Magic.
Yeah.
Hashtag Black Girl Magic.
Magic.
And speaking of Black Girl Magic, we are going to get into Black Girl Magic news.
Yes, we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a little social
What
today.
happened? What happened,
So,
Lauren?
okay, at the Oscars, one of our faves, Zuri Hall, she's a
Yes.
host for E.
Hey.
She posted this beautiful, beautiful gown. We're going to pull it up for you guys. There's two images, but her caption was, "To be young, gifted, and Black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To
Yes.
be young, gifted, and Black. Open your heart to what I mean." And I could almost get emotional at this because I think that there's such a stigma attached to what people expect of us and who people want us to be, like she said, with the hair, and you have to look like this, or we were just talking about before we even started how people always come for me for my hair and say that you shouldn't do these things. And I think to have somebody like her and like you and people that we can look up to and say, you are young, you are gifted, and you are Black. And that it's a gift.
Yes, it is
And
a gift.
I grew up not knowing that about myself. So to find that and to find women like you and to just be in a space of acceptance and love and growth and, just really feeling, and I didn't know that I was going to cry. So I'm mad at myself for that. But, it's kind of like a realization of like, I am in this space of acceptance and loving myself, and to have other Black women in that same space and just share all of our experiences and things like that. I think it's so important to know that we are embraced.
Yes, that transparent
Yeah.
conversation.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I
And
love
they
it.
want it. And they love it, and we are gifted, and
Yeah.
we are worthy at every phase, every step, every upbringing. We are worthy.
Yes.
We are worthy. Yeah.
And it's okay to celebrate ourselves.
Yes.
So now I do want to highlight another wonderful Black woman. Her name is Naima Keith. We may not know of her. We may not have heard of her, but she's actually the California African American Museum's deputy director and chief and curator. But she's transitioning now. She leveled up and she's transitioning into the Los Angeles County Museum of Art's president of education and public programs. So
Wow.
I'm going to clap it up
Yeah,
for her.
get your life, girl.
Yeah, she's killing it. And I didn't even know any of this was an actual position.
Right.
Until I read
major.
about her story in the LA Times. So
That's
shout out
huge.
to her.
She's got a huge platform.
Yeah, she's doing it. And then also there was the 12th annual Black Women in Hollywood Awards held by Essence Magazine. I was hoping we could have a photo up, but it's okay if not. But I know Regina Hall won. Jennifer Lewis won an award. Amanda Steinberg, Kiki Lane took home awards. And it just really reminded me of how important it is, like I just said, to celebrate ourselves. This is not done all the time. The fact that now we have Black women winning Oscars and things like that, obviously we're making strides and steps in the right direction, but it's still important for us to have these kind of award shows held by Essence Magazine to celebrate ourselves. So I love that.
Yes.
All right. Well, do you girls have any other closing remarks before we...
Thank you for having me. This
Of
was
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
This feels great.
This was very
Beautiful.
therapeutic.
Yes.
Definitely.
I just want to
I
give
feel
air
good today.
hugs right now. Air hugs.
And honey,
Air hugs.
these braids are
You
beautiful.
know,
Yes.
I'm trying over here.
I love them. I love them.
Thank
And
you.
you guys, just a little background. I was telling Lauren before we came on air, I said, I just love your braids. I feel like they have become your signature look.
I mean, I feel more like myself.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I am myself. Like,
Yeah.
these have just been looking for me my whole life.
They have been.
found me.
They found you, girl. Coachella brought them out.
You know,
Yes.
they sure did.
All right, you guys, why don't you give out your social media handles?
You can follow me on Instagram at Lauren Ashley Beck. Sorry for the tears, guys.
No, we love that. We love those tears.
And I am at Qualima, just my name, Qualiema.
All right, awesome.
What about you, girl?
And you guys can find me on Instagram at Ms. Ashley Marie. And I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live's Black Girl Magic. Until next time.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content. And be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.